Uh, had an eventful day today. Went to Jim Brown's oratory in Lewisburg. A friend of mine had sent me had sent me an invite, so I said I'd go down there, and I brought Christopher down there. And then when I arrived, only I realised, okay, typical man that I am, didn't quite think through everything I was supposed to do today. Like wife, dinner, mass, Lewisburg. 3 hours of round trip. Anyway, got there and didn't realize that the mass was late, and there was no way I'd get home and have dinner made. And we have to keep our wives happy, and it's important. And I love very much my wife anyway. So sorry I had to leave early. A lot of good work that you're doing there. There was a lady that stopped me going when I was going to the chapel, and she recognized me from my channel. Just a call out to you. Leave a comment below, and definitely I'm coming back, and we'll have more discussions. I just a big call out to Jim Brown. I'm really impressed how he's reached out to Catholics and is encouraging us to pray, and it's badly needed in the church. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. I haven't been to Medjugorje, but a friend of mine who I know very well, he goes there so often, and he loves it. I don't go because I try to, I don't have that much time really, and when I have time I try to do the Camino or pilgrimages. But just a big call out to you guys. I'm so impressed what you're doing, praying together, helping other people, showing the great faith that there is in Ireland. There's so much happening. It's just spectacular. As I said, I'm so overwhelmed, but to see all of that what was done there today, and I'm kicking myself. I didn't plan my day better. Whereas I brought my son with me, and then I said, I really didn't think through everything I had to do today. So I left early. Sorry, but I will be coming back. And apologies. But just just thinking about you, got you all praying for you. Please continue doing that. Continue this great mission of prayer in the church. So I went from Ballina to Lewisburg. Went from Lewisburg to Knock to get mass at 3 p.m. And something really struck me when I was walking into the basilica, which has this spectacular mosaic. I know a lot of people don't. I don't like modern Catholic churches mostly. I don't like them. But the mosaic that they put in, it's mesmerizing, and it's so beautiful. And if you ever knock, please have a look at it. It's one thing they got right. But I was walking into the basilica, and the priest was reading the Corinthians letter today, and I was meditating on this earlier in the week. We had this this particular reading at our prayer group on Thursday. So it's a reading that I've read so many times. If you ever listen to the song for the unification of Europe by this Polish director Zbigniew Preszner, he actually puts that Greek text into a song. It's really very beautiful, and I suppose in our English language, trying to get the word love understood today it doesn't do it justice. Agape in Greek, it doesn't. Eros, agape. The Greeks had different words for what we translate into one word today, and when Saint Paul here is talking about love, it's you have to think it's the word agape that he's talking about. And actually the priest, I was there looking at him, and I said, this guy could be Saint Paul, the way he was delivering the message. I don't know the name of the priest. He was at 3 p.m. mass and not today, but the way he delivered the reading, he had beard. I was actually saying, God, is this Saint Paul reincarnated? come back to us, because it was just, the way he delivered it. And he wasn't like some people will read, but some people can deliver the text. And I just thought, it's a very beautiful text. Love is always patient and kind and never jealous. Love is never boastful or conceited. It is never rude or selfish. It does not take offense. It is not resentful. Love takes no pleasure in others' sin. And I have to think about that in my life. I have to bring that text and put it into my heart and think about that. Because I'm sure I failed in that area. You have to go and confess when you're enjoying somebody, you see the downfall of somebody that you really don't like. You have to say, stop, that's not Christian, that's not how I should be acting. Love takes no pleasure in other people's sins, but delights in the truth. It is always ready to excuse, to trust, to hope, and to endure whatever comes. I think you can read St. Paul so many times, and sometimes you're getting new meaning in it. I've over the course of my life, I've tried to visit as many places as St. Paul has been. I've been to Trefontana in Rome, where he died. I've been to Thessaloniki in Greece, and seen where he would have preached, to go up to the hill to some of the chapels where he would have preached to those communities, to go to the Holy Land, he's everything that St. Paul writes really kind of impacts me, and I'm still on a learning curve. I don't know it all, but I do know, love, that the love that he's speaking of, this great love that God has for us, this agape. Today we think of love. If you mention the word love to a teenage boy, he's probably thinking of God knows what. If you mention the word love to a teenage girl, she's thinking about this guy who's going to love me forever and all of this, because we have different ideas of what love is supposed to mean. And really the love here that St. Paul is talking about is that love where God sends his only son into the world to save us. And it is really amazing, really amazing. And I suppose I was looking around the chapel there, Jim Brown's chapel. I have to admire the work he's done. God, I wish I was half the man he was in all that he's done there. Someday, hopefully, I'm not that great organizer. I was just so impressed, and I was sitting there and we were having tea in the where they have the area for tea, and there was a big statue of Christ the King above the window, and then the views out to the sea. I'm definitely going back. I think it's a great place to pray. So please Google Jim Brown, Lewisburg, County Mayo, not far from Westport. And a beautiful place to go and pray. Can't we do more of this in Ireland, guys? Can't we? It's just amazing what you see, and I'm thankful I was able to see it today. Anyway, just a short reflection on that powerful passage, St. Paul to the Corinthians. I was thinking about, we were meditating on it in our prayer group on Thursday, thinking about it, and then you're hearing it, and this priest delivering it really well. If anyone know who's the priest that was in Knock today at 3 p.m, Beard, I just put a comment below. I'd love to get in touch with him. He just delivered it so well. He could actually be St. Paul delivering it. It was this great deliverance of that magnificent piece of text. If we can have all the gifts. Love does not come to an end, but if there are gifts of prophecy, the time will come when they will fail, and the gifts of language, it will not continue forever, and knowledge for this too. The time will come when it must fail, for our knowledge is imperfect and our prophesying is imperfect. And once perfection comes, all imperfect things will disappear. When I was a child, I walked like a child, to think like a child, and argue like a child. Now I'm a man. All childish ways are put behind me. Now we are seeing a dim reflection in the mirror. But then we shall see, we shall be seeing face to face. The knowledge that I have now is imperfect, but then I shall know as fully as I am known. This is the translation. I've just pulled it up here. I have a different translation in the Bible I have, but it's a great passage to reflect on. And I suppose that piece, love takes no pleasure in other people's sin, and that's, I can fall down there. We have to be Christians that help others along, help everyone along. Seminarians, priests, bishops, anybody. The other day I was walking around Knock, and there was a little tree planted, and they had placed lots of photos of travellers who had died. And I was there, and I'd say there was 30 pictures there of travellers that had died to suicide. And I saw it, and I said my heart was broken when I saw, those pictures. I think if anyone, it's as you go toward, if you're coming out from the cafe behind the basilica, the museum area, there was a little tree planted, and I said, we can do better in life as Christians and as Catholics in Ireland. We can do better. Why do we not have more Jim Browns around Ireland, reaching out to people to pray, to come and pray and sit and pray? Can we not do this? What is stopping us? What is stopping us? And we have to admire the good we see there. It brings a lot of consolation to people, a sense of community, a sense of family. That's the most important thing. Our brothers and sisters are coming to pray with us. We are a family. It's time for us to see our Catholic Church, our Catholic faith, our baptized brothers and sisters as our family, and we meet our family and we pray with them and we love them. And if we saw that, it would transform Ireland. Anyway, just a call out there, and sorry I didn't stay longer. Typical man that I am, I should think things through until, instead of saying, yeah, I'm going along to that, committing to stuff, and then halfway through it, you committed to that, and then you've committed to having dinner ready at 7. You're not going to get it all done today, Robert. Yeah. Anyway, but God bless, and just I was just a note to thank everything I saw today. I wish I'd stayed longer. I'd love to have spoken to some people there, but it was a beautiful day, and that passage from Corinthians, that the way that priest delivered, I suppose, something struck me there, and I think we need more priests to be able to deliver that passage the way that priest did it today. Really, not just reading it, because some people just read it. It was quite obvious this priest actually was delivering it from his heart, and that was spectacular. I was so impressed. It really spoke to me. It really hit me. Anyway, God bless, and please pray for me, and let's keep what we see happening in Ireland going. All the amazing work happening around Ireland. It's great to see what the Holy Spirit is doing in so many people's souls. I'm surprised when you see it, you say, gosh, all that's going on. If we get out of our comfort zones and reach out to other people, what could we do? And so a big call out to Jim Brown, and praying for him. Please pray for me, and God bless. Take care. Bye bye.